Hi guys, today I'll be introducing the Body Iron Commercial Standing Hip Thrust Machine. This machine is great for targeting your glute muscles without placing any direct load on the back. It works very much like a belt squat machine. So the thing I love about this machine, right, is you can do basically the same movement as like a very deep squat or the bottom range of a deadlift, but you can just keep going. You can work various ranges. If you just wanted to work the top, you could place here and just work the top. If you wanted to work deep, which I'll just give you a quick example of, like if you just wanted to work the bottom range of a squat, you could literally go from seated to a quarter of the way up. Use your arms as a guide. If you try to do this with a barbell, it will be much more difficult and you struggle to get the activation that you can get with this machine. This machine is great for teaching the hip hinge movement for beginners, right through to elite squatters and deadlifters, trying to get out of the hole at the bottom of a squat. So this machine suits all shapes and sizes. You've got a nice big platform, so you can place your foot strategically. You can place your foot at the edge for a more glute dominant movement, or you can even involve the quads by putting them a little bit closer to the edge like that. So it suits all different shapes and sizes. So if I had giant long limbs and my knees came up to here, I could adjust it accordingly for my height. I'm not that tall, I'm gonna go down to about here. Now, if I had a super long torso, I could either grab at the top, or if I was super short, I could grab by the bottom. You can lean forward, no matter what shape or size you are. You can grab and adjust accordingly. And you can get your hips involved in the movement. So as a pretty keen powerlifter and trying to get to the elite squat status, there's various movements. Like I have to select movements that actually transfer to my squat. There's no point in just doing leg press and some weird hack squat with no carryover, right? This machine's perfect for somebody that wants to squat and deadlift heaps. I'm going to show you how I work the ranges. Now, in terms of working in the hole, doing a barbell box squat is a great movement. The problem with the barbell box squat is it's a lot of load on the back and you've only got so many reps left in you. So after a heavy, intense squat session, I rely on machines like this to get that extra bit of volume in for the glutes. Now, working at the bottom of the range, I can use this hip thrust to come up without fully extending, because I'm not really too concerned about that. That's not the weak part of my squat. The weakest part is in the hole. Most people's weak part is in the hole of the squat, so I can just work that partial range. I can load up as heavy as I want. If you did want to work the top part of the squat, I could stop halfway like that, come up, work that top part. I could put all three together. I believe they're called 21s, where I could do the bottom half, the top half, and then I could complete with 7 full range reps. The other thing I can do, if I have a particular weak spot, I could do some isometric holds at various positions. I can do a pause squat. So it's got power band holders. The reason why we use power bands is one, for extra weight, but the most sciencey reason is for accommodating resistance. So as the power band stretches out, the movement actually gets more difficult, because generally in the hole or down at the bottom of the range is where people struggle the most, whereas at the top it gets a little bit easier. Whereas with the power band, as I do the movement, and as you will see, the more I stand, the more stretched out the band is. So the further I go up and out, the more resistance is going to be added. You can also add it with plates. So if you do get to the elite status and you're loading it up with bumper plates, not enough weight, you can whack power bands on and add more resistance. The thing I love about this machine is the emphasis it places on your glute muscles. Now, a lot of people at the gym that I see, they'll do like ankle cuff on a cable, or they'll do various band pull aparts, but the problem is they're not loaded. In regards to this, it's a beginner movement, so everyone can do it. Puts you in the hip hinge, encourages you to use your glutes. But you can load over time very progressively. If you're a powerlifter that wants to squat as heavy as humanly possible, you can do your squat, you can do your deadlift, you can move to this machine, no extra load on the back, and you can just pump volume at the end of your session. Great finisher exercise for getting as strong as possible.